Hello, it's Sunday night. It is time for Reckless Moves, a live D&D game with a bunch of awesome players that will... Oh, who knows what's going to happen tonight. I'm Michael Cremeen, I'm the Dungeon Master, and in the order I see him in Zoom, Rob, tell us about your character.
Hey, I'm an edge and Aussie, quite big edge, strong locks, and I like to hit things twice.
He's a barbarian. Roger.
I play Ridley Quinn, sneaky Shatterkai rogue, phantom rogue, emo elf. That's all he is. He's an emo elf. And he likes to stab things twice.
Nice.
Hey.
Colin, how's Arthur?
Yeah, Arthur's good. He's been better because right now he's very stanky.
True.
But yeah, I play Arthur, a tiefling bard, the persuasive and perceptive one of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt, tell us about your character.
Hey, I'm Matt. I play RKM, the Autonome Artificer, and he's just a little guy trying to find his way in the world.
All right.
Little metal band.
And who couldn't be here today, but in absentia, Mandy plays Ublek, a plasmoid warlock who likes to fit into strange and unusual configurations, is fairly immune to poison, and also likes to sleep in a bucket because a plasmoid can change shapes. So, where we left it, guys, you had approached the northeast town of Merivek in pursuit of a rumor that there's some activity from Yugoloths that have been happening around the area. When you approached the city, you were told to basically fuck off by a guy who later befriended named Ansort. Ansort revealed that the city is run by a Ilis Niete, who basically, she is, according to the rumor, known for doing two things: supplying the equipment to the Red Dawn, the underlings, purportedly of Porphonos, who have been summoning fiends and creating chaos throughout the land of Alenoria. You don't know a lot about Illis, except from what Ansort told you. Ansort is an Arcanoloth, and he has provided you kind of a back way into the city of Merivek, because the gate didn't... Well, you had a good time, and one of you, Gust, smashed open a door in pursuit of Ublek, who was in the city. You found a back way in, and that's where we find you on the map. I'll zoom out for the stream, where you kind of went through a more direct route because you had the foresight to ask Ansort for a map. So you found, and through some very clever telepathic communications from Ublek, you have basically, and with the memory of Rackham, who had a Titan's blood, you got past a Elixian Aboleth, a monstrous, looks sort of like a purple worm, but basically lives in liquid, or at least that's where he was, in the very foul sewer, feeding on the dead bodies that you have learned have been dumped and are floating through here. speaking of dead bodies, you also were able to bypass the nonverbal through, again, telepathic persuasion and discussion, a carry and a cadaver collector who basically had almost a sign language communication with Ublek. You find yourself successfully through the sewers, which is where we ended it last week. You are now about to. I'll unpause the game, and you can click on that icon, and it should take you to another map. Where once you're through, I'll activate it.
Okay.
That corpse collector reminded me of like a porcupine Rockham with dead bodies on all the quills.
You know, that's an aesthetic choice that I don't know if I could pull that off.
Right?
Don't try.
I couldn't hug people.
He smelled really bad, Rockham. I know you can't smell things, but it was really bad.
Okay. Now, you also one of you used prestidigitation to clean your self off. Hey,
That would have to be Arthur.
Basically, your
Yeah.
eyeballs.
Oh, sorry.
He's like, oh.
Yeah, that would be me. I think I'm the only one in the party that knows prestidigitation, so that must have been me.
So, avoiding you also, Ridley was able to disable the poison jet that was filling the room that was triggered, and surprisingly, no one took any damage. You have. I don't think you cast any spells. Who's missing here? Someone's missing from the party on here.
Oh no, I clicked the door.
Okay, then you can go ahead and click the door to Maravek. It'll take you to another map, and I will activate
Very
the
cool.
map for the. I have to activate it for the stream. So you'll need to select your token and move up. And as promised, you are very so. In this, the whole place, you realize looking up at a starry sky, it is a little bit cloudy tonight, but basically it's a pretty, a little bit chilly, but it's a pretty nice night. You can see a lot of stars. So there's definitely no cover from above that you can ascertain. And I was on the stream view. I was like, why can't I select anything? Looks like you figured it out. So there are...
Now, we're supposed to meet Ansort at Fox's Blade.
Which is directly in front of you.
Yep.
Now, the question is, how are you approaching, now that you're out of the sewer, you're all clean, how are you... I need to bring Oob up, too.
Yeah.
There. I'll just put her right
Okay,
here
yeah,
for
now I see it.
because she's going to stay in the back. Also, I made the fonts a little larger so it's easier to see on the stream the names and everything.
Okay.
And I used the main name so it's easier to track.
So, are we aware if there is like an aesthetic, the way people dress or look in this city? I mean, we've only really met Ansort and some guards.
I don't think you asked or are privy to that information. But what?
Okay, I didn't think
what
so,
you've
but I wanted to
seen,
ask.
The color, actually, Gus saw the people peeking around, and the only guards you saw were wearing red. So the guards were wearing like red kind of tabards and piping around their plate armor.
Sure.
So you saw that when you were kicking in the door at the front gate.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You don't really have. I mean, you can only see what you can see, and so I think, right?
Well, fortunately, we have a companion who is red.
He's very stylish.
That's
He'll
true.
blend in.
So the reason I'm asking is, what is your marching order? Because you can ahead of you, you see the entrance to the Fox's Blade, but there's a lot. This map is huge, so I'm asking how you're approaching and what you're doing.
Hey Ridley, can you carry the bag of holding, and I'll just kind of hop in. I'm a little conspicuous.
Sure.
Probably. In fact, you could put me in the bottle, and you could put Oob in a bucket.
Yeah, we could really condense the party down.
Yeah.
It's just me and Arthur.
What do you mean you in a bottle?
Oh, it's one of my abilities. A
He's a
bottle
genie.
of respite. Yeah, a bottle of respite.
So Oob can go in a bucket.
Hmm.
Gus can go in a bottle.
Hmm.
Rockham, who doesn't need to breathe, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Goes in a bag of holding, which has 10 minutes of air, but irrelevant to someone who doesn't need to breathe. It's just
Right.
darkness and sitting around with all the stuff in the bag. Although you did get rid of all of the bodies out of the bag, so it's at least
Mhm.
you know in your other dimension that you're in.
It's pleasant.
I assume. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
So you actually can see in this. I believe it's a 10 by 10 other dimension. So you've
Yes.
basically got a little like place to rest of your own.
Yeah, I think Rockham has kind of made a little apartment in there at this point because he spent so much time in there.
I have studied the ancient art of feng shui.
Okay.
There you go.
You got a sand pit with a
So then
rake.
the only ones that are visible are Ridley, who is a Shadow Kai elf, and Arthur, who's a tiefling.
Yep.
Yeah, those are our most. They are our infiltrators anyway.
Which I know you attach through a hook. Wait, who's carrying
Usually, usually Gus carries Oob.
But if Gus is in his lamp, I'll carry you. That's fine.
Yeah. Right. Also, can't Oob shrink down to the size of a marble?
Yeah.
in this game? Yes.
Mhm.
So, not
So, I mean, even if he
generally
wasn't in the-
plasmoid, but in the rule of
Even if he wasn't in a
yes.
bucket, he could shrink down to the size of a marble and just go in one of our
By
pockets.
doing so, though, can't cast anything and has
Right.
an armor
Mhm.
class, no armor class of any items that Oob has. That's kind
Right.
of the quid.
The drop.
pro quo.
Yeah, the trade-off.
Yeah, the trade-off. So,
4x4x8.
64.
That's not bad for a little metal guy.
Yeah. It's like a Futurama
4 by
apartment.
8. Okay, thanks for looking it up. So
It's 64 cubic feet. I just made up the
there
dimension.
you go. That's pretty big, actually. I mean, you can put a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically Bender's apartment from Futurama.
just without the closet.
Yeah, without the closet.
Well, Rockham is our bender, so
Yep.
pretty much. All right.
Minus the
Ridley
alcohol.
and Arthur, I'll move the other guys. Since I don't have token attacher loaded. What I might do is for another session, I will find a way to actually put a character in a bag or something like that so that we can know where someone is and I can just move the bag.
Sure.
Or I
So,
can
Arthur,
use
you're-
an attacher to attach the bag to who's carrying the bag.
So Arthur, you're carrying Oob.
Yeah, I'll carry you.
Okay.
I will put
So Ridley and Arthur, they
Gus-
were the only ones moving. Everyone else.
Yeah,
is
I'll put
where
Gus
they are.
lamp in one of my inside pockets. I
Okay.
don't want to put it into the bag of holding because that's an interdimensional space, and I don't want to
Create a black hole.
hole.
Yeah.
I'm crazy. I can always just cast rope trick in here and send us all to the astral plane.
Right.
Please don't.
Okay, so
Arthur, you want to take the lead?
Yeah, I can. So I look like these people more or less, right? I have the same
right,
ruddy skin.
I'm moving the stream token. I'm just now. I didn't add all of the hundreds of people around the street. I'm just going to just describe what you see as you go forward. You guys see ahead of you a sign with the fox that you saw in your vision earlier, because someone was using a vision of Ansort to see what he was doing. So you recognize the sign of the fox with a blade stabbing ahead of you. To the east, you see. Actually, I need to move. I'll move Gust and. It's easier for me to do it. I'm going to see if I can do an offset when you go through a door of like 10 feet or something. The target.
So it'll automatically
Yeah.
put us off of the. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'll move Rockham, Ublek, and Gus because you guys aren't actually visible. To the east of you, you see in that central. I'll ping it on the map. I don't think the stream can see it, but the
You got to move up one or two squares
yeah,
probably for them to see it.
yeah,
The
moving.
octagonal.
That is
Dome.
a big guard tower. What you
Oh.
see,
Oh, okay.
there's a. You don't see a door entrance, but up it's up 2 levels, and the upper level you see a couple. Can't make them out very well from here, but it looks like humanoid shapes. They're in the dark, and they're moving, and you see from where you're, especially Arthur and Ridley, well, you're the only ones that can see at the moment. You see, it looks like a ballista or something, at least aiming toward you, and you see, from your point of view, you can make out just the tip of one to the north as well. So
Okay.
that seems to be, at least this way, there's a no one's alerting to you or anything, but there's a
There's just like fixed firing positions.
yes, and you do
Okay.
see right here on this corner,
Mm-hmm.
and on that's the only one you can see from here. You do see kind of a large. See that little dot there? Can you see that? No, I guess you can't. Let me look at the stream. Yeah. Okay. Right here, you see kind of a lamp that's providing some of the ambient light, and on the lamppost with a little stick hanging over is a bell, like you would ring to bring someone home for dinner,
Okay.
or
So an alert bell. Yeah.
Right, for emergencies or something.
Okay.
but no one's paying. I mean, unless you're stopping the street.
No. Let's
I
let's
think
roll.
we'd just be
Let's roll
walk
through
towards the door.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Act like we belong.
Hold on a second, because I'm bringing the other guys in.
Okay. Should I click the door
Yeah, go
or
ahead.
just wait? Okay.
I mean, the whole town is walled, so they probably think everyone that's here is really supposed to be here. You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Especially as far as we've gotten in already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they probably have no reason to suspect anything. Oh,
So you are
yeah.
ahead of you is the You have to again select yourself. I'll move you off. It might be
Ah.
easier for me to do it.
Yeah, I tried to click on me and it took me back outside.
Yeah, sorry. I'll try to. Ridley, I moved you in.
Okay.
And Rockham, are we all here? Yep.
Yep.
It's a little dark in front of here, but you do see glowing through the window that there is light inside. It's very dark out here, so I'll let you.
So basically, we're still outside. This is the actual entrance.
Correct.
Okay.
Like, think about zooming in on the map to just the tavern. Each building
Right.
has its own interior that's associated with the street map.
Okay. Are we good to go in? Really? What do you think?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. I'm gonna follow your lead
Okay.
in case some shit goes sideways. Then I'll go all stabby.
All right. Inside
That-
we go.
Just remember to pull me out if you need me.
Will do.
I'm your
I've got
all-purpose
Rockham and Gust on me, and Arthur has Oob.
Yeah, I'm just carrying a bucket very nonchalantly.
Nobody would notice somebody carrying a bucket.
Now, as you walk in, you see lanterns kind of on the table. There's a warm fire in the hearth to the west. Directly ahead of you, there's stairs up to another level. And at the bar, let me move the stream in so they can see. At the bar, you see a couple patrons sitting at the bar, and
I don't even see a bar from where I am.
you can.
No.
I think you have the bar as being very dark.
The whole place is dark, but there's lamp
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, it looks like a fog of war is on. But we haven't gone deep enough into it to expose everything yet.
Yeah, it's kind of a dark kind of environment, you know.
So I'm
You see-
walking over to the fire and just sort of hold my hands out like I'm warming myself up by the
And-
fire because that seems like what
Actually, let me do
people
this.
would just
Hold
do.
on.
Yeah, I think that's a good
I'm gonna
idea.
change something.
It also will
Just a minute.
make your skin look red, Ridley.
Hold on.
So you'll blend in a little bit more.
Just
I don't know if my skin can get red.
You're bathed in firelight and everything looks
turning
red.
off fog restoration because there's enough ambient light where you can see. Can you see further now?
Yeah, I can see all the little lamps on the tables and stuff like that, but I can only see to about here.
All right, let me adjust something. Then.
I mean, I've got like my 60 feet of dark vision is showing what I can see, but I can see the edge of the fog of war here.
Okay, hold on. Let me change that.
There we go.
There. That should do it.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
So there's enough ambient light so you can see what you can see in line of sight. You see a couple bartenders, some patrons at the bar. Sitting in the very middle of the bar, you see Ansort with a couple other Iconolosts that were his friends. There's a table to the
Yeah, in my notes, I have Ansort listed with his name, but also as Foxboy.
Sounds right.
That's right.
He
There is
is a foxy
on the
bastard.
dais. You see some everyone seems to be dressed more or less in casual clothing, but up here on the kind of like this special table, you see they're very well dressed in purples and reds and fine clothing. There's not a lot of patrons.
Do the
Okay.
people in here look like they're wearing armor, or is it just clothing?
Well, a couple people are wearing armor. Some are wearing cloth. It's a variety. A couple guys at the bar are wearing armor under their garb. The
Okay.
Econoloths are not. They're just dressed in, finery.
But it's not like there's a whole bunch of the military guys in full
No.
plate armor and stuff like that sitting around. Okay.
Nope.
I'd like to scan the room to see if anybody is paying particular attention to us or to Ansort.
You're past the perception.
It's pretty fucking high.
Yeah, that's just perception. What's going on around you? Roll a perception for me.
Okay.
Not bad.
15 with a plus 10.
That's with the plus.
Yeah, that's with a plus
Yeah.
10. Yeah, so 15.
So then
Sorry.
you're passive with the highest. Still not. The sitting right across, there's two bartenders. There's a human and a dwarf. Sitting nearer the dwarf bartender, who's on the east or your right, there is a guy wearing plate and an elf. Here, I'll zoom out for the. And an elf. They're both facing the bar, but the elf kind of turned his head just a little bit, as if he noticed you
That
come in.
These guys.
Kind of keeping an eye
Yeah.
on you. Just the
Okay.
elf. The other one is sitting, leaning on the bar,
Okay.
not turning around. But the elf definitely turned around and looked at you.
Okay.
You can't see his face. He just kind of looked askance.
Kind of got the hood down.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you can't see his face, but he definitely noticed you come in, and you saw him look back at.
Okay.
You're not sure who, because only two of you are visible.
Okay.
So it's either you or you, Arthur.
Yeah. I think our best play is to just go sit at a separate table, not go up to Ansort like we know him, and let him come to us.
Okay.
So
You want to go to a table near him, like one
Yeah.
of these?
I'm good with that, or yeah, we can do that. I want to stay somewhere in the room where I can see stuff pretty good, though. Like, probably this. Everybody's in that little triangle. So I'll go
Either
that way.
there, or we could go down here. Like we got kind of our back to the wall.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I like that better. And then we can catch Ansort's eye too, probably.
Okay. And the other guys are, I'm just grouping them together.
Yeah, you can really put us on the side if you want. You know what I mean? If it makes it easier.
I'm just moving my token around to be next to Ridley.
Yeah, I'll move Oob and them. But remember, they are in various bags and carry-alls.
Right.
yeah.
So it's going to be at least an action to release each one of them.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, Gus, Rocky
Yep.
can't see anything. Oob can't see anything, but Oob can hear, but can't see anything as a marble. Gus, when you're in the bottle, you are.
Oh, I'm in my living. Yeah, no, there's no
you're
communication.
Like basically your apartment.
Yeah, I'm making fajitas.
So the bottle has a little bit of a little smoke coming out of it. It smells really good. You're making you guys hungry.
Hey, that's a much better smell than what we had before. So
That is
no
true.
complaints.
Actually, that's a good point. You might
Now,
want to hit.
you definitely saw Ansort see you come in, just the two of you. You see him whisper to his friends, and they go to the bar and sit on a couple stools down here. And Ansor
Now,
comes over to you.
if I look around, uh, do I notice any kind of thieves' cant anywhere in here? Like scratch on the tables or anything like that?
Um, from where you're sitting, yes, because you are. I was thinking, right. This table behind, um, along the wall is a nice, really beautiful painted mural, and within that, you can see the thieves' cant for your eyes that only someone with dark vision could see.
Which
Even
I
though
do have.
it's visible, you're the only one that can see interweave throughout the tapestry of some battle. Um, it actually has a female with lightning coming out of her fingers and a bunch of, you can't tell, nondescript enemies wearing plate, and they're being shocked and burning. So in that tapestry, you see thieves' table only.
Okay.
Oh, they're like the jocks.
So Answer comes up and says, "Did the other guys didn't make it, huh? I mean, what happened? What happened? I gave you a
No,
map.
they're here. They're here.
Yeah.
What? Where? What?
Let's just say we put all of our eggs in two baskets.
Oh, I thought you weren't supposed to put all your eggs in one basket. What's with
Well, we didn't.
That's why we
have
did
two.
it. We used two.
But you have eggs? Like, don't bring in your own food here. They get pissed.
No.
Let me get some
And
drinks.
sort.
Let me get
Yeah,
drinks.
let's get some.
There we
drinks.
go.
And Becky,
You're being too subtle.
the bartender comes over. I'm just gonna. I wasn't gonna have her walk all the way around. And Ansort, you got some new friends. Welcome. Don't recognize you, but what are you guys are drinking? And she's kind of looking at you.
I
Looking at Arthur and Ridley, and Answer says, "They're my friends. They're new in town. They just got jobs out here, so."
I trust Ansort's judgment, so I'll let him order for me.
Oh, let's get some. I know what we're gonna have. Okay, the usual. And she goes, 3. Okay. Your tab's getting high. I know you get paid Friday, but let's clear that out a little bit. And he goes, I know, I will. And she basically goes off. And by the way, you can smell through kind of around the place. You smell like combination of fresh baked bread and this when you broil meat, that scent, you're smelling the combination of those two. It smells amazing.
Ansort, how much is your tab? Do you know?
Oh yeah, it's like 35 gold. I mean, I make pretty good money, but that's like almost a week, like I get 50 gold a week, 200 a month.
I toss him 10.
Whoa, thank you. I'll put it. He puts it in his pocket, and I'll put it toward my tab, but not right now. I don't want to see anyone giving me handout.
Right.
Yeah. And sort do you know the two other people at the bar over there? Not your friends or the red lizard looks like. Oh, it might be a tiefling. I can't tell. The hooded individual and his friend.
The guys. Well, I the guy in plate. Um, I recognize that's Jacob. But I the guy that elf is new. He I don't think I've seen him before. And they're facing away from you.
That's what I think he was talking about, the one with the tail.
Oh,
Oh,
the tiefling?
Yes.
yeah.
that's-
Well, yeah, all of them.
That's Morthos. Morthos. He's one of the few people allowed magic. He's a sorcerer. He basically well, he's the one that has to execute people when they act out. So I don't.
So
I don't
he
like
works
Morthos
directly
very
for Illis.
Does he like his job?
well. I don't know. I don't talk to him that often. We could talk to him. We could buy him a drink.
Hmm. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm
What do
not
you-
sure
what do you
that's a
think,
good
River?
idea right now since we're still new. Might raise suspicions.
So these guys at the bar that have been facing away from you turn sideways. You still can't see the elf because of the hood, but they're facing each other, kind of like, you know, as you talk on bar stools to your friend, and
Hmm.
they both have their drinks on the bar. There's also on the end of the bar, the two friends, Ansart says, "Those are my friends that they also really hate Illis, but I said that I want to talk to my friends alone. I bought them drinks.
I think that's a good idea.
So
What can you tell us about the other ones sitting around here? The ones at the table and then the ones up on the dais.
oh, I don't know the guys at this little table, but the dais, no one's allowed except for like it's only for assassins and rogues and guys
Really?
that basically guys that are track people. They're the guy in blue there. He's an assassin.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like you might enjoy that.
Yeah, it sounds
Company?
like my kind of people.
If you
Perhaps
if you-
so. Go introduce myself.
Are you gonna go over?
I think I think that's a good idea. And I'll say go get him, buddy, and give you bardic inspiration.
That's good. I could use it. I do have a decent charisma. All right. So yeah, I will go up there. Now, do I see any other like thieves' cant near them,
No,
indicating this
thieves-
table?
Thieves table only. Oh, when you get on the table,
As
you
I'm approaching
approach
the
table,
dais.
you see. Here, I'm going to zoom out for the stream because you're moving over there. As you approach the table, you see this like square
Mm-hmm.
that's actually got signage. It says
Okay.
it's got some. It's a job board with only you can see once you get to this side
Mm-hmm.
that there's a job board, and you see basically a bunch of small parchments that look like they look like orders for food, but in Thieves' Cant, interspersed, again, only you with dark vision, even though it's lit, you can see it. So you see a wanted list.
Okay.
And one
So-
of the wanted, and there's pictures of that, you definitely recognize the description and picture of Gust.
Okay.
A tall blue guy with a mohawk, and a plasmoid who infiltrated the building.
They forgot future king of the dwarves, but close enough.
So
Yes.
as I approach, I'm like heads on a swivel. I'm looking around, and I stop and notice that, and I look at it for a minute just to read it.
So there's other jobs. There's also, descriptions
Right.
of other people that have, 200 gold, 400 gold. The Gust and Ublek descriptions are 1,000 gold reward.
So I take about 20 seconds just to stare at it and read it. And then I look at the guys at the table and say,
And then
Is this list
look at you
current?
And they raise their drink because they know you can see it.
I ask them, is this list current?
Well, it is. The guy in red has a deep voice, and you now, upon closer inspection, you see that the one dressed in blue, the assassin, is a female. Looks like not quite full elf, maybe half elf.
Okay.
What's your name, pal? He goes, I'm Adrian, and this is my my good friend Enrin.
Name's Ridley.
Ridley.
I'm relatively
Have a
new
seat.
here.
Have a seat. We don't.
Certainly.
Are you new to you looking for bounties? Is that
Yeah, I'm always looking to make some coin.
well? There's a couple good bounties there. I have no idea. I don't even know. I think it's bullshit. I don't even think they're in the city. But apparently the guards spotted that plasmoided and the barbarian smashing in a door of the city, but then they left real quick. So
Well,
I doubt they're even here. Just so you know, like
the barbarian
I
shouldn't
wouldn't
be a
trust my
problem,
tail
but
on that. There's some other.
have you ever
there's
tried to
other-
capture have you ever tried to capture a plasmoid? The barbarian may not be a problem, but plasmoids, they're slippery.
That's true. They can fit through very small things. They can change their shape. Like,
Yeah, they're
um,
vicious little creatures.
is that right? I've never actually seen a plasmoid. Like, mainly we hunt people that, go against Illis and.
Honestly, you may have seen a plasmoid and didn't even know it because they can take almost any form. They can take the form of a biped or a human or elf or something like that. Not exactly, but if they're inside of armor, it's very hard to tell the difference.
Good. to
I've
know.
traveled a lot.
Yeah. How'd you get hired here? Are you? I mean,
Wasn't hired. I heard that this was a good city to get some bounties.
they let you
So
in. So obviously,
Well, I
must have-
pulled some favors.
Ah. So you're even good at the politics. Oh.
Well,
Well,
I've got a friend who I work with, and he's even more charismatic than I am. It's always good to have a bard in your pocket. And I sort of point towards Arthur with just a little head nod there.
Oh, so you guys partner, so he can do all the persuasion and fast talking and stuff. and you do
He's
all-
very
Wow.
good.
He could find out where things are. Do you think he could help us, like for splitting a bounty?
What are you looking for?
Well, there's okay. Are you friends with these guys at the bar? We've been watching them. That
Not yet.
they're new in town, but I've been trying to. There's a huge bounty on a guy named who's been seen around. Some guy named Quillith. And
Lilith.
I can't tell. I can't tell if that's him. We've been watching. We have a good view from here, but he keeps his face hidden, and I don't want to cause a scene in here because
Oh, you're talking about the one with the green hood?
yeah, can't tell him. Can't tell who he is.
Not sure. If you want to give me a moment, let me go talk to my partner. Perhaps he could get some information. If you don't mind him coming up here to share the information.
You mean your bard friend? Well,
Yes. I mean, I respect your traditions of only us coming up here, but
we could have. We could make an exception. It's our table. I mean, as long as
exactly, that's
we
what I
all agree
figured.
unanimously to let a non thief.
Hmm.
So, I mean, he won't be able to read the bounties anyway. So,
No, of course not. And I don't share that information with him.
I
He has no idea where I get
yeah,
my
otherwise,
leads
you know,
from.
you'd be on the bounty.
Exactly. So I will go back over to Arthur and tell him what's going on and see if he can go over and get some information from those guys and meet me at the table up on the dais.
Okay. I'd wait for the bartender to come back, and then
Comes back and brings drinks, and also, would you like any food? Your friend's up with the thieves' table, so he must be already friendly. Do you guys want any food?
your stuff smells really good, but I kind of like glance at myself, and I'm like, I have an odd taste, so I won't trouble you with my taste buds.
Okay. We do have different options. I mean, we have vegetarian options. We have only meat. Some people are only eating meat and no like starches, which is so weird. Like our most favorite dish is a meat, potato, and vegetables stew. It's actually venison. It's smoked for a month, and it's so tender you can cut it with a fork. And then we serve that with a quarter loaf of freshly baked bread, which we make here. But if you're not into that, that's cool.
No, it sounds good. All I'm saying is
Roger wants some of that.
Want some? Okay. So you guys
It's almost what I'm having.
Yeah, like not Wrigley, but Roger wants
in
some of
real
that.
life,
yeah,
it sounded like what we ate at your house, Rob.
yeah.
Yeah, right, pretty much. That was really good too. Yeah.
Except it was venison in D&D.
Right.
So before the bartender leaves, I'd say could you put a couple drinks on our tab for the two individuals at the right of the bar over there as well? They look like they're starting to get low.
Yeah. I don't think you're their type.
Well, what's the harm in trying?
Okay. I'll. Yes, sir. I'll send it over. Are you paying, or is this on your tab, Ansort? Or
I'll pay for it. I don't care. It's fine.
okay. Well, it's gonna be a gold each for the dinner, and that includes one of our many varieties of drinks. Do you like whiskeys? Do you like vodkas? We have some amazing spiced rum. It's like it's got apple cider infused in the rum. It's pretty good.
I'll glance over at Ansor and say and ask what he thinks is the best drink here.
Oh,
And I'll explain to the bartender as well. We're new in town. We just kind of rolled in. We just got hired, so this is actually our first time in your establishment.
Give us Jammon's mind blender.
Now, I don't know what Arthur's money situation is, but Arthur, you would know that Ridley's got a pretty
Money.
good,
Plenty of money.
set of money.
Okay.
I think you all have enough.
Yeah, we've all.
for this.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've like found a bunch of platinum and stuff too. So
not
Yeah.
only that, but you know that in your bag you have.
we've got a small robot worth a bunch of money in our bag.
For sale.
I'm just in here, Scrooge McDucking.
Okay.
He's swimming in the money silently because the bag's full. Happy miser.
Yeah, so I'll put it. I'll have their stuff on my tab. That's fine. And then once she like sets the drinks down, I imagine that would garner some recognition from them, and I'll walk over to him.
The guy in the plate turns over and raises a drink to you. The elf doesn't turn full.
Okay, I will take that as an invitation because I am
You
an
come
uppity little dude.
Hey, thanks for the drink. It's unusual. You know, not everyone has generosity.
You know, I've noticed that particularly around these parts, people
you
are.
notice that the guy in the plate, as you get closer, does have the same symbol that you saw on the arm of the mind flayer that you fought, and on
Okay.
Ansort's waistcoat and tabard. It's
Okay.
the symbol of Merrick.
Illis or okay. I'll say. Well, you know,
He's part of the
So
guard.
basically, he works for
Now,
the
as
city.
Yeah.
he looks up at you and says, "Hi, I'm Jansen. What's your name?" And you look up and you see your old friend Quillith that you rescued from the cage in the and then you saw
Because
in the city before.
that was in the hospital, right? Because I wasn't part
and
of
then you
that.
saw him again in Five Grove City. The
Yeah, so
southwest
I met him in Pygrove, but I wasn't part of the party at the hospital.
Oh yeah, but you recognize him from Five Grove City.
From Five
where you
Grove,
were.
yeah.
Yeah, that was still Max.
Okay. Yeah.
And you remember he said he was going home for a while, but he had some tasks to accomplish.
Okay.
So he says his name is Jansen, but you recognize him.
Okay. And then did the plate mail guy give me a name or?
No, did you ask?
Okay. No, I didn't. The other guy offered, so I thought he might follow suit. So I'll look at Jansen and say, yeah, my name's Bill. I'm new in town, and to your point, Mr. Plate Mail, I don't know what to call you yet. It seems being new in town, I've kind of noticed that.
Don't call me late for dinner. My name is Aleph.
Zaleth.
Aleph.
Okay. Aleph. Okay, fair enough. Sorry. You're deep in your tankard there, my guy. How you doing this evening? You celebrating?
No.
All right. Asked and
There's
answered.
Jansen here, who I met drinking earlier, that I got my ass handed to me because I'm supposed to be one of the guys guarding the gate, and then some big blue guy smashed it in, and there was some green slimy guy went and knocked Ansort out, and Ansort woke up and he didn't remember what happened, and then I got reamed, and I got demoted from captain to frickin' guard, just a frickin' guard.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You seem like a good enough fella. But
Sucks.
yeah, man, I bet Illis doesn't even know what he's got in you. I bet he can't even recognize the value that you bring to the city.
But yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Still new.
I know
Yeah.
that, but if you call her a he or a guy with an earshot of Illis, like you'll end up in the sewers, which is my
Yeah.
least favorite task. Sucks.
Yeah, going down to the sewers.
No, we basically in the tower, the guard tower, where now I gotta sit my ass and guard against what? Like, no one can get into the city, and those stupid, like, I'm just bored. I'm bored. So I got off work and walked over here, and my friend Jansen here, who's also new, is he's having some trouble too.
Oh, Jason, what kind of trouble are you having?
Well, I came here to look for some bounties on some people that tried to raid the city. I'm a, I'm a contractor.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see. Well, you know, I don't know if you're interested in pairing up, but my buddy over at our table, he's got a foot in the shadow world, so might be worth you talking to him a little bit.
Um, I'll definitely join you after Aleph gets. I'll take him up to his. This is also for people that can't afford their own house. There's a room and board here as well.
Gotcha. Cool.
Upstairs. So
Yeah.
the
Well,
place is pretty. And as you're sitting there, by the way, you do see a couple people kind of wander in, go up the stairs. Don't even stop at the bar. Not many,
Okay.
but you see a couple people walk by and go upstairs as if
Okay.
they're turning in for the night.
Okay. Well, Aleph, I thank you for your hospitality, and I hope you enjoy your drink. And Jansen, I'm looking forward to discussing opportunities with you further
Yeah,
here in a little
you
while.
guys, I'm gonna go lie down for a nap. So, Jensen, thanks, man. I hope I see you again here. And this dwarf here, the bartender who's been like basically cleaning mugs under the counter and wiping down the surface. He went down here, picked up a couple of drinks that were left here that someone just left, and throws the glasses into a little carry-all and puts them under the bar. He takes a bucket of water and pours it in, starts washing glasses, and says, "Yeah, Aleph, think it's time for a nap." He goes, "I just said that. Listen, you fine." And he throws down 2 gold. He says, "This will cover my tip. thank you, Jansen, for buying the drinks. And he basically stumbles around and heads up toward the stairs.
Been there, done
And
that.
as he walks by, these other Arcanolosts look at him. He goes, "What's she looking at?" Never mind. And he goes up the stairs, and he bangs his shins on the the corner of the table. God.
Mm.
And then he heads up the stairs, and he's out.
Colin has a happy puppy behind him. I could see the tail going.
Happy puppy, happy puppy, happy puppy.
Perpetually.
So Arthur, you're sitting there, and
Yeah.
Jansen says, "Look, I'm here to find information because Illis, they are not what it seems here. They were the ones that supplied this whole city, and Illis Niete supplied all of those goddamn construct and golem devices
Yeah,
to
we know.
you know that?
Yeah. Yeah, man. We kind of took an interest in the city, and we've made some friends and started getting some information.
Well, I mean, what do you guys are? It's you and it's just you and Ridley. Where is everyone else?
Let's just say we put all our eggs in two baskets.
Oh, okay.
Love that quote.
Well, is that Arcanoloth a friend of yours?
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's cool. He helped us get in.
Should I join
Um,
table or where should we talk?
why why don't you wait here for a moment? Because I don't know how my partner in crime wants to play this.
That's fine. I'm gonna
And
sit at the table.
yeah, why don't you just
I've basically explained to Arthur that he can come up to the table on the dais,
yeah.
but only him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will warn Jansen, hey, you seem to have a couple eyes on you from the dais. So just I would keep your nose turned away if you can.
Okay, will do. Thanks, stranger.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you. And the
Sorry, go ahead.
the bartender looks up and looks around, leans over and look. Not everyone here. You guys got to be careful. Not everyone here is not everyone here is loyal to Illis, but you just got to be careful. I'm not one of them, and I know who you are. Looking at Quillith, and if you're friends of Jansen, you're a friend of mine. So, this could be a good place to have private conversations in a conference room or
Mm,
in the ante room or something.
yeah. So you have rooms available that are outside of view and can escape a prying eye or ear.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you. What should I call you, sir? Bartender number 2.
You just called him bartender number 2. Nice. I'm Bonor, and I think you look at him and he's a little pale, but he's definitely got kind of the look of someone who doesn't see sunlight. He doesn't remind you of the Durgar you know before, but he's definitely not a like forest dwarf who's seen a
Yeah,
lot.
Ridley's complexion.
Just about. Yeah.
All right. That's a weird match. No, I'm just
My
kidding.
dwarven brethren.
Okay, cool. Well, I will dip and go meet up with Ridley.
Yeah, I already told you that you would
That I
be
can join up
able
there.
to come up to the table
Okay, and
without being murdered.
as I'm walking, I want to like nonchalantly get a closer look at these people over here. These ones.
The ones at that table just below us.
Yeah. Just want to see
As
what's
you
going
get
on with
closer,
them.
You see, just a second. You see
Yeah, because
a,
this one here looks like Puss in Boots.
well, he's a half elf. He is dressed, and he does have a lute with a long strap across his chest, sitting in the back. The one sitting across is looks like a human who's dressed in like blue, but you definitely see the outline of plate armor. And now that you're closer, there is kind of an outline of a guy who it's almost as if he sort of blends into the background. He's not
Mm.
invisible, but he's not completely visible.
That one?
Yeah,
Okay.
where you're dotting. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you see
Come,
someone who's probably a bard,
meeting.
someone in plate mail, and someone who's like sort of translucent.
Gotcha.
Not
Okay.
invisible, but very
Ridley-esque.
hard,
Yeah.
hard just sitting still, hard to see.
Gotcha.
Because remember, I showed the map, but this is dim light,
Yeah.
right? So,
Right.
and only when he moves to take a drink do you see kind of like it come into clarity, and then
Well, Arthur, you have Devil's Sight, right?
I don't know.
As a tiefling, I think you would have Devil's Sight,
depends on the
which
maker.
is
Not all
well,
tieflings
yeah.
have that.
No, that's an
Okay.
Eldritch Invocation. That's a Warlock thing.
Is
Not a
it?
tiefling
Okay.
thing.
I was gonna say,
I thought that was a
I
tiefling
have
thing.
dark
There is-
vision,
there
but I
is
don't.
a kind of
Yeah, Dark Vision is different. Devil's Sight is different than Dark Vision. It's a
I think
little more
there's, like,
powerful.
One
Like
maker
True
tiefling
Sight.
has it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I don't have true sight, so I mean,
That's
if
okay.
there's
Right.
But you're invited up to the table, Ridley.
yeah. So
Arthur's.
yeah.
Arthur.
Ridley's
So
already there.
I'll make note
Yeah,
particularly
the other
of
guys, say
I make the introduction
yeah.
as he approaches the table, but I don't know these other guys' names, so I just let them know this is my companion Arthur.
hello, gents. How fine? How do you find this
I'm not a
evening?
gent. I understand.
Hello, people.
Yes, that would be more appropriate.
So I understand you guys were after some information.
Well, we're always looking for information. We're bounty hunters, and there are some bounties that are lucrative around. And I understand our new friend Ridley here, who is one of us, has you as a partner, and I'm thinking that maybe a deal could be struck if you're willing to maybe work together with us on hunting some of the bounties. We're kind of ignoring the big ones because we really we have quite a network of well-paid friends in the guards, and no one has seen this barbarian or this plasmoid creature uh, anywhere in the city. So
It sounds kind of far fetched to me
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, well,
that these two characters would
see
have
the
been
guy
able to
sitting down
infiltrate
there?
this city.
I guess you're friends with him, but Ansort, um, he's kind of the gate guard. He's actually the gate crier, is what we call him. Not that he cries, but he's like the town crier, and his job is to make interlopers and, especially merchants and people trying to sell their wares in the city, make them go
Well,
away.
that's where we met him.
Ah,
Was at the gate.
ah,
He didn't cry in front of us, so
Yeah.
never really thought about that. But
Yeah.
I think
but yeah, that's where we
No.
met.
I
We
mean,
met
the,
Ansort.
yeah, the way that
but-
the way that I heard the story at least was that that poor captain got demoted, even though the people that broke in just left. So
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it almost sounds to me
Aleph
like
has a little bit-
someone
we all
had
like
a
little tipple, but
yeah. It
Aleph
almost sounds to me like
really
someone had a
likes
problem
his
with that
tricks.
captain,
So
and
they
they
might have
wanted
used
to-
it as an excuse to demote him, and now he lives over the bar
Exactly.
because the captain's house is no longer his, so
right.
he's
yeah.
now.
Sucks to be that
I don't-
guy.
I don't think he's gonna.
So perhaps
This
someone else who
facility,
was
he's gonna go from the guard tower to here to the bed to the guard tower to here to bed.
perhaps someone else who was a little more loyal to Illis got that captain's job.
Well, between you, me, and the walls, yes, there was somebody that was, a loyal to the, the queen.
Yeah, it seems like a whole lot of politicking rather than an actual uh, infiltration. I don't see how anyone could possibly get through the gates of this city and then escape.
I mean, we have two titans,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
not to mention hundreds of guards and half the city.
Right.
But here's the problem. Among the guard ranks, not everyone's loyal. And so one of the things we have to do is interrogate one of the guards. And I thought maybe, if we could split it with you, Arthur, and
Yeah.
because my friend here is really good at stabbing, but not so good at talking. I don't know
Whoa.
what you're talking about. I am very adept at the talking stuff.
Well, I could
That's what she
definitely
actually
relate
said.
to
Yeah.
I could
Lucky-
definitely relate to the stabbing be better than the talking. I
Yeah.
am definitely the same way, but that's why I have my very good friend Arthur here.
Yeah.
He is much better at talking.
Lucky for you guys, I can be quite persuasive, and I don't always need a knife.
Yes. Well, when you do need a knife, I assume you have your friend here who wields the blades or the daggers looks like you have a rapier. Nice.
We work very well together.
Yeah.
We've
So
been
would you be
friends
interested
for a
in
very long
interrogating
time.
someone with us?
Do you have someone in mind?
Yeah. Who do you
Well-
need interrogated?
In a little later tonight, we were going to go off and bring him. We have some special potion to make him sleep, and we were going to bring him upstairs to our rooms and have a conversation.
Well, so and who is this person?
Well, it's a guard who Illis thinks maybe isn't super loyal.
Okay.
And we
Yeah,
also, I mean, it's someone who's actually on Illis's court, and
Oh,
her court she this may or may not be real. She's a little paranoid, to say the least.
Most
There
leaders
was an
are.
attempt on her
Yeah.
life a year ago, and as a result, she's been very, very careful about who even has access to the throne room.
Gotcha.
And the throne room has to go through like a guard room, and then there's like, titans that are guarding this. They're not really titans. They're like big gargantuan constructs. And
So,
he also has several little, I mean, they're short, I don't know what to call them, like they're constructs, but they're metal, and they're like, there's two of them always sitting right by Ellis.
Gotcha.
now, i- if we agree to this, would you have a problem with us bringing some friends of ours, who we've worked with for many different jobs, across several different realms? Um, not not really companions, but
Yeah.
more co-workers
Well,
who fill in the blanks where we're lacking.
one of them, I think you wouldn't recognize per se, but you would recognize their type because he sounds very similar to some of the guards that Illis keeps.
Um, you have a friend that's like that?
Yeah, I don't know if something went wrong with the binding or what, but he actually kept his mental faculties. Um, so yeah,
What?
it was unheard of. But
Wait, these guys are made to be guards. They're really
yeah,
tough. They have like super tough armor. Like I've seen
Yeah,
people like
this
they're not getting
particular
through these
one,
guys.
he's actually made of metal.
Yeah, that they are
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know if the one that created this one got like overzealous or like just like I didn't follow the owner's manual, but whoever created this one created something with sentience and knew more than just being a guard. So he has been helping us with some of our hunts, so to speak.
yeah. We have a few friends that we travel with from time to time, and we came here and we had some of them with us. Yeah, probably 15 to 20 that we associate with throughout different realms and things like that. But there's a specific set that we have that we travel with here.
I see. Well, I I don't know. I mean, like we could ask
I
around.
wouldn't want to introduce anyone that you weren't comfortable with. So
Well,
Yeah.
that's
there is a
why we're
library, but
making
you'd have
sure.
to have like, pass access to go to the library. And I mean, only, you know, in, even at the table where it's only you guys, he glances around and he goes, you know, every once in a while, there's these temple guys here. And they, they're the only ones that get into the library.
They work for the temple, you say?
Yeah, they have like little badge things from the temple.
Hmm.
Hmm.
They're the only ones that are allowed to the library are the Illis and her like assistant, this total bitch.
She has an assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sindori.
Mhm.
She's I don't know. Illis was always kind of a crazy one, but since Sindori was brought in by the temple as like her personal assistant, she's super paranoid. And I tell you what, I've heard, I've seen a lot of people get dumped in the sewer since Sindori came along.
So when
Why would they dump them in the sewer?
Because, well, it's
Would that clog it up?
no, there's some special cleaning mechanisms in the sewer. That
Oh,
are-
you guys
That's
probably
lucky.
have some gelatinous cubes down there or something, don't you? I've been in some dungeons with those. They are excellent cleaners.
Well, yeah, there might be some of them there too, but there's other pets that are um, they get rid of all the bodies, including the bones. Like nothing makes it out.
Wow, do you know what they are?
Um,
I'm morbid curiosity,
I
obviously.
I've
Like I
only
said,
heard
I
rumors, but
oh,
one of them was for another place, and it was like I think it's called an abraxicopus, like a Yugoloth. It's like a
that's interesting.
that's not the some word like that. I've heard it's not an abraxipus. What's it called? Something like that. And then
Okay.
there's a construct that they made which goes around and collects all the remains and just destroys them.
Wow.
That's wild.
It's it's really gross and like uh, I'll be honest, we're after getting some bounties, we're thinking of heading like south and finding some different kind of work. You know, not much information gets in here, but the temple. Um, some people say that like the guy in charge changed, and now there's
You mean
like
Porphonos? No one could defeat Porphonos. He
wait,
defeated the great Celesto.
Porphonos is been dead a long time, I think.
Hmm.
The guy was like called Perrin, the guy in charge of the
Oh,
temple.
that's and I'll slap
I'm
Ridley's shoulder
terrible with
and
names.
say, Ridley, you haven't been to church in forever.
What's a church?
Yeah. and so these are just rumors. Like some people say, like I I have a cousin I talk to because I do have my friend here's got some abilities. He's a what they call a trickster, and he can send messages with his mind. And his cousin lives out there, and his cousin said, he goes, "You shut up, just shut up with your face. You don't talk about my cousin."
Is there what's going? Is there some sexual tension with the cousin? What's happening here?
No, no, no. The- They went on
You say
one
there's-
date a long time ago, and like this is like he lives
Must
down
be
in the city,
royalty.
and he told me that the temple changed and now magic is allowed. Like
What?
in the land.
That's crazy.
I know it's just
The
like
temple
it's what
would
he
never
said,
allow that.
but my cousin's also like he's not
Crazy?
he's not in the temple. Like he's not part of that. He's he's like us. He's a mercenary.
Okay. That just still sounds really far-fetched that the temple would allow magic.
He used to have a job working in like the northern temple. Going
That's
to
just antithetical to everything that the temple stands for.
Yeah.
We've been following
Okay.
the temple, even when we weren't on this realm. We followed the temple for years and years. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Forget I
That's
said
that's
anything. It's
that's
it's
heretical.
cool. But let's get back to the
Okay,
business.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
this
we could bring
conversation will stay at this table, I promise you.
well, that's
I would
kind
not
of the
want to get
thieves
anyone in
code
trouble that
and
that you're related to or friends with.
yeah. Anyway, what
I
do you
have
think about
relatives
this
who are kind
interrogation
of
of this
touched.
this guard from the
It
that
sounds interesting. I mean, between Arthur and myself, and if you're interested, some of our other friends, we've been able to acquire information from people in the past who really were not keen on giving
Yeah.
up their information.
Yeah. We're pretty good at that piece. But why don't we set a meeting somewhere that is a little more private, and then you can just let us know if you're good with us bringing our friends. Otherwise, it will just be us.
I mean, you can bring whoever you want, but I mean, we've arranged for a suite, so we have like a main room that's kind of way in the back, and I
Okay.
wouldn't say soundproof, but people here tend to not go investigate noises. People,
Well, some of our friends are quite good at being guards,
okay.
Yeah,
if you
that's
know
true
what I
Well,
mean.
too.
let's.
Yeah.
Why don't we plan on meeting? Uh, let's see. Maybe. Do you know how to tell the time by the stars and the moon?
Of course.
So let's let's go. Let's meet about 2 a.m. Is that cool? It's on
Sounds good.
about 4 hours from now. And
That's fine.
why don't you get yourself some rooms and um hey hey and beckons over the bartender. These guys need rooms, so help them out. And if you could put them in a suite near the back, then that would be great. So we'll see you. And you guys can stay here. We're gonna go settle up and head out. We'll see you in about 4 hours.
Yeah, if
Sounds
they have
good.
available rooms here, I'll go ahead and I'll get 4 rooms just to be sure.
They do have available rooms, and you are um, happy. Um, they're happy to give you a suite. And meanwhile, Answord is just sitting by himself.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
All right.
I once they leave, I'll whisper to Ridley that we have a friend at the bar, and that it would be wise for us to try to meet with him separately, probably before the meeting with the Rangers or the mercenaries.
So, um, Jansen
Yeah.
drops some coins in the bar and wanders over toward you guys.
Should we stop him from coming up here? Will that raise a red flag, Ridley?
Perhaps we should go up to one of the rooms.
Okay.
Have us all together.
Yeah. I'll catch him at the bottom of the steps and say, let's go see if we can find a quieter place to discuss our business.
What about Answord?
We can probably grab Answer. I think he might be able to lend some
I could grab Answord along the way.
okay.
Okay.
Might be able to lend some context to
I'm gonna
our
put all you
discussion.
guys at the bar for a second,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
just so you guys can have a conversation.
And just to be safe, I'm going to hand Ansort another 10 gold. I want to make sure that he's able to pay up his tab at least to a point to where they're not going to be coming after him for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hands her. He goes, I got a little advance, and
Came into
here,
some money.
and hands her 20 gold, and she goes, well, I can't believe it. You're paying your bill. Well, miracles never cease.
I still have like 500 gold on my
Yeah.
person, so I'm good.
So
I look at the bartender and say, we don't consort with people that stiff the good folk of a bar.
Your words to God's ears. Yes.
So we have all of our companions with us, right? Like Oobs
Yeah.
and Oobs
Yeah.
and Bucket.
They're
Okay.
they're with you.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe since we've secured some rooms for ourselves, we can go in and
And
expand all of our friends out of their
that's what
confinements.
I would like to be able to discuss all of the happenings as it
Okay.
were.
Yeah, so that we're not just having the Arthur and Ridley show
Yeah,
anymore.
that's exactly. That
Okay.
was my thought too.
Ansort says, so what was that all about?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in a second. We're gonna have to tell the story 2 times if we tell it to you now. So let's grab a room, a quiet one.
Yeah, so
And-
I've secured 4 rooms for us, so
Yeah.
we could just go into one.
Sick. Do they have the
Have
little like
everybody
doors
together.
between them? Like the option to connect as a suite? That'd be sick.
That would be awesome. Is that something we could do, DM?
What's that?
Could we have at least 2 of the rooms as adjoining?
Definitely.
Cool. Okay. I think
So
we'll
we have a
head
little
up
more
there.
space for everybody to spread out
Yeah.
as we let them out of their accoutrement.
Yeah. One big room.
1 big bed, 2 big beds, 1 big room.
Yeah. How many
Looking
eggs?
for
Let's
How many
split
eggs
it up
we
so
got?
we don't get busted for copyright or anything.
Yeah.
Fucking NADPOD.
I'm just.
So
I
once we
didn't-
get
I
up to
didn't
the
map-
room,
I didn't map this one. Just a second.
Yeah, you're good.
yeah, it's
I'm
no problem.
gonna
But
run the
once we
restroom
get
real
up to
quick.
the
No,
room,
I didn't map the jump points, so I'm
gonna
loading it so I
release
can just
Rockham,
transfer you.
and I'm gonna pop the cork on Arthur's lamp so he can come out. Or not Arthur, Gus.
Gus, yeah. And I mean, I can just like whisper down to Oob, like, you're safe, dude.
Come out!
I'll tell Robbie, I don't
Robbie,
hear
you're
ya.
muted somehow.
Yeah. I saw your mouth move, but nothing came out.
Say it again, bud.
I'm made for heaters, guys.
There you are.
Hey.
Yeah, I popped the cork on your lamp.
Yeah.
And
I
I pulled Rockham out of the bag of holding.
Just Rockham just feels a hand come down on his head.
Yeah. Yeah, how does that look to Rockham? Like, is it just like is it like a misty hand, or is it like can you see the arm? I mean, I'm
Well,
curious.
I feel like it was just a hand would just like appear out of space, and I go, "Oh hey!"
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I just
Um,
give it a lift out. I'm not
Yeah.
super strong, but it's just coming out of a bag of holding.
Well, you know, like the bag of holding, like it is like whatever you think of is what you grab, right? So
Mhm.
does the
Yeah.
room move him towards the hand? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like
Rockham just teleports to where Ridley's reaching.
right. That's funny. That's funny.
I'll convey. I have to use the restroom really bad, so I'll convey all the information that I had and let you guys discuss, and then I'll be right back.
Oh. Hey, Rogadadoo.
I'll
We're
move your
famous.
characters because I forgot to make a jump point, so I'm gonna move your characters up into the suite.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Colin's lead real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Well, if we lost two, we might as well take a break.
We can do that. I'll
Great.
put on some music and we'll go on break and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Fair enough.
And we're back. And the after the break, let me turn the music down a little bit. A little more background. So, just a minute. I got to turn the output to. There we go.
Colin, I see another happy
Now you're
pupper
on
in
the
your
stream?
background.
All right.
There's
So-
so many dogs.
There we go. The bar just disappeared.
You guys are in your suite, and I'll open the door. You have a room attached to your room, which has a desk and a little. It has a little. On your side, you can see over the edge into the city night. You can actually walk outside and take a look. Now, Quillith says, "What are you guys doing here?" And by the way, now I did something. Are you out of the bottle and out of the bucket and the bag of holding?
Yeah, once we get
Yes.
into the room, we releases all of our friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
where the you guys are so clandestine. I'm impressed, but what the hell? I see two guys walk in. I come up here. I knock on the door. I follow you up, and now everyone's here. This is
Yeah, don't question the Shatterkai
Yep.
rogue on
Yep.
where my friends are.
yeah.
I'm
But
a little-
okay, so let me
I'm a
tell you
little
what I've
disappointed.
learned. These the drunken guard who I've been, well, used to be the guard captain, but drunken guard just took like just a couple strong drinks while I was drinking water. To one water to every one vodka I gave him. And he was hammered, and, well, spirits tend to loosen tongues. And he told me basically there's the information that I'm here for is in the library. I want to know who authorized how the constructs were made, how the golem devices were shipped, how were they sent, how did they get down to the hospital in a major city? Like, the temple has so much reach and power. So I basically, snuck into the city myself. I'm a little like, you, Ridley. I'm a little sneaky. And I basically tailgated someone coming in the gate, and they didn't even see me. And then I just basically, looked around and found there's like 4 taverns in town. I stumbled across this one, and then you guys happen to be in here. Like,
Well, how long have you been
how
here?
is that possible? Like,
How long have you
how
been in
the
the
hell
city?
did you get into the city looking like you look and doing what you're doing? And how did you
we've-
know that guy Ansort?
We've got our ways. Willis, how long have you been here?
It's been about a week.
So, are you familiar with the changes that have happened within the temple?
I am. Remember you saw me guys in Figaro City? Like, I was
Yes.
spreading the word, and I was one of the ones. Do you not remember me helping you defeat Porphonos?
Oh no, of course we do. And also, fajita?
I would love. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what the smell was.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Are
so
you
good.
aware that
Ow,
that
that
we-
plate is hot.
Yeah,
God
They
damn it.
all hot. They all hot.
You got to tell
well,
somebody.
I mean, he kind of has Teflon hands, so you have to forgive him.
Okay. Whoop,
He
whoop.
cooks a lot.
So you have this-
Are you aware that we're the ones who
Yeah, he was with us.
supplanted Orphonos with Celesto?
Yeah, he was with us.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, he was
Just
there the whole time.
just wanted to make sure that you're aware that we were the ones who did that,
Yeah.
and that's
Do you
where
not
we
remember
get our.
me bringing 20 of my archers?
I do,
What am I,
but you
invisible?
don't seem to.
I mean, I'm
remember
sometimes
that-
invisible, but
You don't seem to remember that we have.
We're movers and
Range
shakers,
pull.
man.
now, so I've been spreading little rumors to drunken people saying I heard from a cousin or from a friend or my brother or I have a contact in Figrove or whatever. I spread a lot of rumors around here saying that like Perrin was actually Perfornus and he got beaten. And then Celesto is actually the good guy and he's alive. And that I saw my cousin or my friend saw skywriting that said that all over the West, but it never
Agnon.
came here. Like people
Agnon is
are
in charge now.
But I know he's the
Not
he's the actual
Celesto.
head of church. He's the
Right.
hawk.
Agnon. So, and I pull out my multi-pass
Oh,
and show him Agnon has gotten rid of the badges. So we now
but they
have
don't know that
these.
here. But that
Exactly.
But that
And then I do my little, not really
You still have 'em.
prestidigitation,
you
but
still have them in the
I
bag.
have my
Remember the-
badge.
the ones you crafted.
Yeah,
still
a-
have-
and I pull out my badge and show him.
You
I'm
still
like,
have
we
3.
Still have these.
You don't have 5
Okay,
or 6.
What if we
that's all right. We only need 2.
what if we told these people here that the temple's under new management somehow?
Rockham, I don't know if they would believe us.
I've been spreading that rumor, but it's like you don't understand how isolated the people here generally are.
But what
Like-
if I did it a little bit more ostentatiously?
But I did learn that there are people that really hate Illis and want the city to be open, to like
So-
trade, to let people go in and out, to like, and that guy
How did
I'm
Ansort,
thinking
who
we
you
need
seem
to
to know,
supplant Ellis.
Yeah, how do those people that are, let's say, less friendly to the current management communicate with each other or recognize each other? Do they have like a secret handshake?
no,
Do they
it's
wear
like
color?
because you have to be really careful about who you talk to, because you might end up dropped into the sewer. Like,
Well, right.
you don't understand how many people, like, they're bringing in new people, like contractors and hirelings and even labor, some forced and some paid to make things, because Illis is super fucking paranoid. She's like, someone looks at her funny, or she perceives someone look at her. She's freaking crazy. And there's this assistant that came, I guess, in the last 6 months. The assistant, and now Illis is like super paranoid, and it's like she was bad before. Now she's like way over the top.
Well,
She
the
only
people that I
has
met,
in her guard room, like trusted constructs and golems that were created for her.
the people that I've met so far here who are like me are not fans of Illis.
Oh, I know, but
So I'm thinking that I could get more of the people who are like me on our side. And I don't know how familiar
there's-
you are with people like me, but
there's thieves everywhere, because who are you going to hire?
we're strangely
to be
powerful in
assassins
certain
and bounty
situations.
hunters?
Yes, we're strangely powerful in certain situations. But if we could get more of those, and then perhaps they, like me, have more friends like Arthur, Rockham,
Mm.
and Gust, and perhaps even Oob, we could form a small army that would be almost impossible to stop. Even with Illis's constructs and fletch columns and stuff like that, we've stopped them before.
Yeah,
Just with my small group.
that's true, but I think I want more information before attacking. So,
Do you know how to get that information?
well, I mean, our two buddies from downstairs, the Ardali and
The other-
Farrell,
The other two
they
foxes.
said they're gonna bring a prisoner, right? That they said they wanted to interrogate, and they asked. I think they look. I can read lips from a long way away. They were saying that they're gonna bring. They asked you to help in this interrogation, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
If they can bring them up here, we can give the assist. We don't want to do this out in the open.
And
We're trying to stay clandestine as possible,
okay, so
especially me and
and
Arthur.
then there's a knock on the door. Well, there's a knock on the door, and hey, we actually are you guys ready now? Because we ran across this guard for Illis who I think you got to see him.
Rockham, can you get the door? Gus, you're a wanted man here, so we're trying
Hold
to
on.
keep you kind of hidden a little bit.
I do got an idea. Oh, just for that. I like go over to the mirror. Is there a mirror around?
Yeah.
And I like start messing with my hair, and after a little bit of time, I do cast disguise self, and I come out as looking very much like
Nice.
Mrs. Doubt, like a very tall.
Awesome.
Oh,
Very
I
It's
tall
on
remember.
the flaming boobs.
Okay.
But I'm dressed as a very tall Mrs. Doubtfire. I turn back to everyone and go, hello.
Just one second. I'm gonna.
Change his token.
No.
That'd be
bringing-
hilarious.
These other guys. They actually were knocked on the southern door. It turns out there's a hidden panel that connects the back rooms.
But see,
Wait,
I
I'm
want
over.
Rockham to answer the door because Rockham looks like
Hold
we
on.
told
that
them.
Illis
Don't go.
has.
Don't, stop.
And we told them that we had a
Collaborate
companion like
and
Rockham.
listen.
Rockham's
Rockham's
back.
here with a brand new mission.
Yeah.
Ridley
Oh, I have-
grabbed a hold
I have
of him
ownership of that
tightly.
other token. That's funny.
Oh, you're not supposed to. Well, I'll explain in a minute. So these guys knock. Rockham, are you out of the?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
let everybody out.
And
Okay,
then
so
he
are
asked me to
you,
get in the door.
are you walking out? Okay, I'll let you walk out.
Well, I'm getting the door. They knocked. I'm opening the door for them.
Yeah, he's just answering the door from inside. Why is there two Rockhams on the map?
It's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you hover him,
it's-
he's SFR.
It's Rockham's cousins.
So these guys go. Wait, you captured one too? What the hell? And so they kind of flank the door,
Uh-oh.
and this. So I will say what you see are your friends from the Thieves' Cant, Ardali and Farrell. There is a construct that looks almost exactly like Rockham. Look, this is designate SFR. Is yours active? We deactivated this one. We have to activate him so he
Ridley-
can talk. So
Ridley's going
they
to use
basically
a
reach behind
blessing
him.
of the Raven
and
Queen
turn-
to teleport behind this guy.
Okay. But they don't see you. Because they're
Just so that
Facing the door.
kind of got a beat on what's going on out here.
Honey,
What
I
you
assure
see-
you I'm very active.
wait. You can talk. You're the one. You're the one that escaped. And that's where we're gonna end it
Guys.
tonight.
No.
Ah!
Shit.
Ah!
Oh fuck!
Oh, it's so nice to be wanted.
Yay!
No.
They want you really bad, Rockham.
Now I've got to go work on my Mrs. Doubtfire voice. So it's a good
Yeah.
time to stop.
I like you did pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll pick that up
by
We'll pick that up next week, where you have Seifer or SFR was deactivated and then deactivated in front of you, and that's where we're gonna pick it up next week.
Beautiful.
Alrighty.
All right, guys.
Made sure I took off my blessing of the Raven Queen for that one.
Oh, because you used it.
Yep. Well, I've got 4 of them, so.
Nice. All right. Well, next week, same bat time, same bat channel.
That channel.
Everyone have a great week. We'll see
Mahalo.
we'll see what happens now that there's a Rockham and a Seifer.
Wait till Oob comes back.
Oh no, we're gonna have to have a Rock'em Sock'em actual robot fight.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That would be an
We'll be
exercise
here
in
next week.
futility because they can't do much damage, but they're really tough.
Right.
He knocked his block off.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that. All right. We'll see you guys next
Ahead,
week.
Cisco.